Hiya, I'm a Zamen, and I'm here by myself for like the first time in a while. It's kinda crazy that this channel is becoming less and less about me. Well, no, it's still about me, I'm the main character here, but what I wanted to do today was just rank every SMT game I've played, because I have played a good majority of these. I'm willing to bet I've played at least 70% of the games on this tier list. I think that's highballing it, but I'm pretty confident in that. Why? Well, pretty simple. SMT for Vengeance has come out, and I am currently playing through it, because I am a massive fan of the Megami Tensei franchise. Have you not seen the hat on my little icon here? Bam, bam, bam. So let's get into this, by first talking about the game, the myth, the legend, Shin Megami Tensei 5. Listen, I have a history of this game, because I bought my Switch just for V. When I first got into this franchise, the trailer for SMT had come out like 3 months afterwards. So this game means a lot to me. This game has been with me through most of this, and I was looking forward to it for so long. The pipe dream was to basically play through every mainline game until V came out, and honestly, personally, I think I succeeded. As for V itself, I actually really like this game. I think it's a genuinely great one. The story is kind of weak. It just throws a lot of cool concepts at you, but it doesn't really expand on it. And the characters are kinda paper thin. Yuzuru? I think his name is Yuzuru? What's that guy's name? Yuzuru. Yeah, Yuzuru Atsu. He's just nothing. I remember the first time I saw him and he mentioned a devil summoning program. I was so hyped that we were gonna be able to fight devil summoners. But you just don't. And then like you have stuff like Yakumo, who is awesome. He's so cool. He does a bunch of rider references, but at the same time, he just doesn't do much. There's like a bit of throwaway dialogue where like after you fight him, it's said that according to a Bethel scientist, Yakumo broke into the main facility and stole the demon summoning program and began just handing it out to civilians. But that doesn't go anywhere. And then you have Nuwa, who has a really cool entrance, but she just disappears right afterwards. It's not... There's just so much undone. But Abdiel, though, really solid. I actually really like Abdiel as a law rep. And and Ichiru, I think... Sorry, and Ichiro is just cool. I actually really liked him. And then there's stuff like Tei, who I actually really like. Her showing up at the end as like your, I kind of guess your rep and your ally. I love that. My favorite part of the game was just that final act where it's you, Tei, and Amanozaku. When it's just you, her, and Amanozaku just traversing dots. It's just harkens back to such a great adventure and makes me feel like the old SMT games. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this game. I'd even mention the gameplay. The gameplay in here is sick. Moving around Dot feels great. There's a great sense of adventure. A lot of the side quests are really good too. Like there's that fun Loki one. There's everything with Osiris. No wait, not Osiris. Khonshu and his little story there. And these were also good that I did almost every side quest. And because of that, I ended up getting the true ending where, you know, you beat Shiva and then, you know, you destroy the throne. Which I didn't even realize was the secret ending. I got that by playing the game as I play it. And that was cool. Shiva also as a boss is really good. It's a great super boss like Steven, where it feels fair, balanced, and peak. I love it. Oh yeah, also, the soundtrack, Tokyo Daybreak, and the Jonin High theme. Ooh, or Quest Battle when you first fight Oni in that cave. Ooh, I love it. But yeah, with all that though, the flaws of the lacking story, I can really only give this game a solid B. Probably a B+. Alrighty, let's go back here and pick out a weirder game. Persona 4 Ultimax. Why not? We haven't done Persona 4, but we'll do Ultimax. Ultimax! Yeah, this game, it's got a fun plot, I guess. It's fun. I like seeing Aegis again, and Mitsuru was pretty okay. Ken actually is a shining star. I actually really like Ken. But Akihiko really doesn't feel right, and he's wrong, and I hate it, and it's hurtful because he's my favorite character from P3, and he just feels kind of butchered. The investigation team also just feels kind of off and really goofy. For the most part, it's just, I don't really like it. I did like Yu Narukami though. Narukami in this game is great. I actually really like him as a protagonist. As a fighting game, yeah, I can say nothing about this. I don't fighting game very much, but I did enjoy it. But yeah, this game and its plot though is kind of interesting, but just really reaching. It's really trying to be hype and extra, but it just kind of falls up short, and it's just a good time. So for that, it gets a D. Next up, we will do SMT Imagine. I've played at least maybe 20-30 hours of this. I did the prologue, I got through some quests, I had fun with it for the most part. I liked its mechanics, and it's a bit confusing at the start. It's an interesting setting. I like being able to explore the ruins of Tokyo after, the whole SMT1 debacle. But there's a big issue here. I am not a fan of MMOs. I'm just not. And that's kind of the biggest reason why I don't like this game. So yeah, it's gonna get my first E here. Sorry. From there, let's jump to a whatchamacallit. Let's do a Persona game. I feel like a Persona game should go on this list. Persona 2. I think this is Innocent Sin? Yeah, Innocent Sin. Innocent Sin is really good. Innocent Sin is actually a really crazy story. I actually really like Innocent Sin. That's going in B tier. I want to put it... I think it's an A+ tier story. I really do. I really like Tatsuya. I like freaking Ginkgo. I mean Lisa. Lisa, Akichi, Maya obviously is a wonderful character. Love her to bits. But there's one big issue. It's gameplay. This game's really boring. It's boring to play this game. It's really boring to play this game. You don't struggle. And I love Sumaru City as a setting, along with the concept that rumors are just becoming reality, and that you just spread lies, and it feels like you're gaslighting people sometimes. Also, this story is very... not to go too much into the story, because I might make a video on this at some point. It's just really heartbreaking stuff. Like just watching that. These poor kids, okay? These poor kids, they didn't deserve this. So yeah, it's an incredible game, great atmosphere, great story, but the gameplay just holds it back from being truly peak. Let's jump over to... oh hey, Demi Kids, I did play this one for a bit. I played some Demi Kids in... So I played some Demi Kids in high school on a GBA emulator on my Chromebook for a lot of history class. And honestly, it's not very good. It wasn't very fun. I don't remember a damn thing because I'm pretty sure this was in Japanese. Because I was in my phase where I was trying to play Japanese games. So yeah, I can't really put it any higher than E. I didn't know what was happening, didn't get it, and yeah, the demon designs kinda suck, but hey, Gnome is cute, I guess. Let's get another stinker out of the way. DX2. I played this. It's not very good. Yeah, Rika. Yeah, no, I like her. I like how crazy. I like that she's just crazy. I think that's really funny. I didn't play it much after like 2 months after the game launched. Yeah, kinda sucks. Okay, we've been being a bit down real quick. Let's talk about... since Marsh just made a video about this, SMT2. This is an A tier game. This is an amazing game. This was technically the third or maybe fourth Megami Tensei game I played. Because, to go in order, the first game I played was the little game called SMT4 Apocalypse. That was my first game. We'll get to that boy later. Followed then by... where is he? Where's my main man? Where's the love of my life?
A few moments later.
Followed then by the Raido games. But then also kinda sorta followed by the first Persona Q. Because it was on sale, and Persona sounds cool. But yeah, I didn't finish Persona Q1 at that point, so I jumped over to SMT2, which I played on browser on a Chromebook throughout a lot of my high school classes in, I believe, freshman year. This game is extremely buggy. It's very broken. It doesn't work a lot of the time. Oh my god, I remember how there was this one glitch in there where the protagonist, Aleph, this cool cyber dude right here, if he got hit, his HP would roll back to 999 and he just couldn't die. You also have a few more glitches like, you know, stat overflow, weapons not dealing damage, and then like there was this one fight, oh my god, where I left my Chromebook on for like literally 3 days straight on auto battle because I could not kill the boss. The boss, if anyone's ever played this game or just watched that 3-hour long masterpiece that Marsh made, was Abaddon. Abaddon's heart. Yeah, I did not bring Tarukaja. I could not buff myself. And so I just mashed A and then just did auto battle because I could do 6 or 7 damage each turn, and if Abaddon killed Aleph, then Aleph just healed to 999. And that was the fight. It took days, but eventually Aleph whittled him down because Abaddon healed bit by bit. It was miserable. But this plot though, this game's plot goes so hard. There is so much here about control, peace, and just the desire to do good and reform society in general. Like, the law route in this game may or may not end with planetary genocide, but it's framed as a way of just breaking free from the past, which I'm not going to use to justify that, but it's interesting. It's a route that's actually kind of convincing. And Zayn, this guy is just the GOAT. This guy's based. This guy rebels once he realizes, no, this guy fights you for an evil organization. You beat him up, kick him in the face. He says, damn, you right, I'm wrong. I gotta stop the guys I'm working for. And then he's just your bro for like the rest of the game, unless you turn on him. And you also have classics like Louis Cypher here, who is a really interesting character who's just observing things. Along with that, we also have Hiroko. This game is a lot of commentary on like the franchise as a whole, and honestly, I love it. The soundtrack too is also really good. Following that, we also should go over to what's another good one? Eternal Punishment. I like Eternal Punishment. I think it's also about on par with Innocent Sin. I like Tatsuya in this game, but Maya being silent just doesn't sit right with me. It never sat right with me, and is kind of just a big sore spot on the game. And the plot here is really good because it's just the chips are entirely off the table. Everyone is just playing a different game at the same table. It's awesome chaos. And that's about all I'll really say on it. Because, well, I want to keep this video within, you know, a reasonable time limit. Less than half an hour, which I don't know if I'll be able to do. Oh hey, Persona 4 Arena. The original one. Okay, this one's actually better than Ultimax in my opinion. This one's better than Ultimax. I kind of like this one more. It was a lot sillier, it was shorter, and it didn't butcher as many of my characters as I would have liked. I think that's kind of just all it's... You know, C is too high for it. I'm gonna put them back to back. Their stories are kind of about the same tier, honestly. It's just... This game just feels like a lot of nothing. It feels incomplete. And, you know, for that, yeah, it should go behind Ultimax. I like it more because it's shorter, which probably isn't a good reason. So yeah, I can't give it any higher than that. Moving on, let's go on to Kyoyaku Megami Tensei, a remake of Megaten 1 and 2. And this can go in C tier. This is just perfectly average. This set a good standard, but like... I don't think it's blasphemous to say that we have evolved greatly past the original games. We have evolved past them and have done much better than them. I don't think that's controversial. So I can't really rank this any higher than a C. And that's why it's at C. After this, let's do a one of them there. SMT If. This game, I have a complicated history with. This goes in B. No, this goes in C, and my history makes me kind of hate it. I have played the opening of this game at least 5 times. I have beaten it once. There are many times where I lose my progress and my save data because laptops break, or I lose the laptop, or something. The universe hates me, and this game has been a slog to get through again and again each time because I just have to keep redoing the same parts I've already beaten, and oh my god, I hate it. So I can go in C tier, and that's kind of all we can give it. Megami Tensei, we're not gonna do this one, I already did it. Okay, one sec, we're gonna cut this out as I just put everything I haven't played at the end here. Alright then, we're back. So let's talk about, you know, I think it's time we do something about this blank S tier here. Listen, my favorite SMT game, without a doubt, is SMT4, Apocalypse. This game is unmatched. This game is amazing. This game is love. This game is life. And this game is how I got into the franchise. I bought this after Christmas when I went to a GameStop, and it came with 3 pins. Peace, Anarchy, and Dogta symbol. I lost them within about 2 years. But I kept the peace one at least. That one is still in my bag, and I'm glad I have that. This game is really good. It has an amazing soundtrack, gameplay is top-notch, SMT5 is kinda on the same tier. I wouldn't say it's better than this one. They're on the same level. I would say they're on the same level. This and 5 are on the same level in terms of gameplay. But people say the dialogue is cringy, but like, that only kind of extends to like maybe a few lines, like obviously home slice and like bros bogarting all the fountain water or whatever. But it's kind of it. It's limited to a few lines. The game can take itself seriously, and there's just moments of levity afterwards. This game's good. It has a solid plot, and I get it, I understand it. Every character has decent motivations. Nanashi's protagonist is malleable. He has a personality. He's a protagonist that you can give a personality to. You can make him cold and uncaring, or super caring, or just some variation of it. And the game keeps track of that. There's a lot of changes in dialogue where like they'll bring about your past choices, your past little remarks, if you were rude, if you were mean. And it all comes together in the wonderful choice you have at the penultimate dungeon. Also, as for villains, Krishna is amazing. This guy is one of the best is possibly the best villain in the franchise. He's relatable, he's understandable, and I love how human he is. Because there's a fun thing this game does, where all the demons speak and angels, all of them speak with like audio distortion. Except Krishna. Krishna speaks almost entirely human. There's a very slight effect to him, but he's almost entirely human. And that's dangerous. That's scary. That's awesome. Krishna is really cool, he's a great villain, and the Divine Powers have an interesting motivation that would make them, you know, prime neutral routes allies if they weren't self-centered and cared about humanity. The side characters in this game are all really good and have well-rounded arcs, except maybe Toki. So for that reason, it is the top of S tier. Nothing will top this game. Unless Vengeance, you know, kinda sneaks up on me, but we'll see. To follow up that show, let's talk about SMT4. This game, I kinda like it more than 5. Or do I like it more than 5? No, I don't like it more than 5. I don't. Yeah, I don't like this game more than 5. Actually, I do like 5 a lot more. The thing with 4 for me is that it just feels like an inferior SMT4 Apocalypse. And that's kind of unfair because, you know, Apocalypse is literally a spin-off of 4. But yeah, the characters in 4 are kind of just there sometimes. Walter and Jonathan, they have their moments, but they feel relatively weak and passive. Isabeau also doesn't really get much, she's a bit too undercooked. But Flynn's journey throughout, Mikado all the way to Tokyo is really good. I like the journey and the progression he goes on. It's the top of B for right now. I really like this game, but I just can't put it higher than 5 or 4. A. Let's go on to another game real quick. Let's do a weird one. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. This game is really good, surprisingly. It's not the Fire Emblem crossover we thought it would be, but it's something unique. And that's kinda great. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just... Okay, the game gets a bit draining as it goes on because fights just end up, you end a fight and now you gotta watch about a minute and a half of cutscene for each fight by the end game. But this game is really good. It has a great combat system and the difficulty is surprisingly really good and challenging. That final boss fight is rough and brutal in the best way. Characters too are also surprisingly well-rounded. So yeah, it gets an A tier from me. From there, let's go on to the first Persona. Yeah, this game it gets a C actually. It gets a C. It has a great atmosphere. It's also just not very fun to play. And honestly, I don't really remember much of it. It just feels kind of blurry and like mush. Maki was cool. Yeah. That's kind of all I got on this one. It was okay. Jack Bros. I played this game for like 10 minutes and it just wasn't my thing. It gets an E tier. Sorry, I'm a fake fan, I know. Let's do Persona Q Shadow of Labyrinth. This game is surprisingly good. It gets a high B. It gets a high B above these. This was my introduction to the Persona 3 cast, because I played this game right after playing SMT4 Apocalypse. But once I started exploring the Labyrinth, the first Labyrinth, I stopped because it didn't feel right. Because the game expects you to know the cast of both these games, or at least the cast of the side you're playing. So yeah, I came back after I finished P3, and I like this game, it's fun. Soundtrack's great. Laser Beam, for example, is top tier. I love me some good Laser Beam. And honestly, it's just really fun. That feels dry, but like a lot of these games are just really fun to play. This one is nice, fast, and speedy. And that's kinda it. It's a good game. I'd recommend it if you played both. From there, let's talk about Persona 4. A tier. This goes above... Yeah, this goes above 5. This goes above 5. No, wait, no, this doesn't go above 5. This doesn't go above 5, I'm sorry. Persona 4. I played this game right after Persona 3. And I think that's probably what's hurt my impression of it. Because as it stands, I just think this game is an inferior Persona 3. Kinda gameplay-wise. Story-wise, I'm not comparing the two because they are both very different and should not be compared at all. They have different themes, different casts, different settings, and different feels and vibes overall. But specifically, I'm talking about Persona 4 for the PlayStation 2. Because I personally believe that Inaba should look as bad as possible. Because that just fits the vibe so well, and I just don't really like the bright colors of Golden. And this is a great game about revealing the truth and understanding yourself. Understanding yourself, realizing your flaws, living with your flaws, and striving to continue to improve and change and grow. From here, let's jump on over and do one of the... Let's do a... Oh, I didn't play this one. Let's do Strange Journey. Yeah, this game's A tier. Deep Strange Journey Redux is really good. I actually really like this. I really like it, but I wouldn't put it above 4. Change my mind, I wouldn't put it above 4. Combat in this game is really good. which we don't really need to get into. It's a very different combat system. Demon Co-op is interesting, unique, and puts some more focus on alignments. But plot-wise, oh my god, this game is brutal. You are thrown into the black hole in the Antarctic and are just left there to survive, underpowered, and constantly with danger at every turn. Everything is also so materialistic, militaristic, and that's really shown in like the battle themes and the soundtrack, which is very instrumental. A lot of orchestra, harsh trumpets. The trumpets, man, oh my god. And this game takes itself very seriously, because the situation is dire right from the get-go. The endings to this game, the original endings at least, are all just brutal. There's no good ending, which is, you know, kind of remarkable. But Redux, because that's the one I played, is cool. I like Alex. I really like her design. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say. That moment where she kills you, it's just so cool. You just die, and you just see yourself get cut to bits and split apart. It's awesome. The terror that had in me when I first played, Also, this game was a Christmas gift. No, this game was a birthday gift for my older brother, which is why, special spot in my heart. I still have it too. So yeah, this game gets the A tier for me. Let's do a hip scup over to Majin Tensei 2. Yeah, I didn't play Majin Tensei 1. Sorry, I just watched the video that Marsha made. This game is really good. It's surprisingly good. There's a good story in this about time travel, traveling through dimensions, trying to see how to stop this cataclysm, the nature of fate, how gods just toy with people. It's solid gameplay, just please have a speed up button. Turns can take a while. And that's all I can really say on it. From there, let's hop on over to Persona 3 Portable. Hey, FMC, she goes in D tier. Bye! And now let's talk about a god tier game. Where's my beloved? Where's my beloved? There you are. Persona 3 FES. I will fight and die on this hill. Persona 3's difficulty is cultivated to have AI control the party members. I'm sorry, it just is. And AI controlling your party members is brilliant because it reflects our protagonist, Makoto Yuki. And I will make a video about this later on. But I love this game to bits. This was the second game I played right after Apocalypse. This was the second game I completed, I should say. Completed. This game changed my life, made me a better person, gave me the will to live, influenced who I am, still affects me to this day. I think about it often. Top tier gameplay. This game has great difficulty if you can't control your party members, because you need to make use of the icons and the orders. The orders are actually really good and very responsive. Use the orders and that's your difficulty, and it's really good. Social links, also very good in this game. And also, by the way, if we're talking about reload, I'd put reload at the bottom of A tier. There's quite a few changes that I would disagree with. Okay? It's also too easy. But yeah. S tier for Persona 3. S tier, no question, no cap. Let's wrap up Persona then, by getting Persona 5, which will go into A tier. Yeah, I do like it more than 5, I think. Persona 5's fun. I like this game. It's got a great vibe to a great story, but that's already been said enough times. 5 is a solid adventure throughout, and I think the cast is so well-rounded and really fits together. Except Akechi. I don't like Akechi. And, I haven't finished Royal yet, okay? I'm getting through it, okay? I've been, bored by the second dungeon. But I'll finish it at some point. I'll finish the Color Royal at some point. 5 is very good, okay? It's a solid game. I like it more than 4. SMT1. SMT1 gets top... It's not as good as If. I'm sorry, it's not as good as If. The SMT1 is so influential. It's so impactful. It's very tragic. A lot goes on in this game. It has a really good, hopeless feeling to it. But also, it's SMT1. It's not that good, and we have improved upon it many, many times over. But the brown-haired boy, the hero, his story is iconic, and he should not be forgotten. Let's do one of them there. Soul Hackers is a top tier B game. Soul Hackers is really fun, it has a very tight script, it knows what it is, it's fun, it's schlocky. Namissa is amazing, I love her. And Totomi is a great balancer between the two. It's really goofy for a lot of it and doesn't take itself too seriously, which gives it honestly the perfect tone. But there's moments in it where it's just tragic and dark, like everything was spooky at the end. It's a great game, it has a great balance, I would fully recommend playing it. Also, it's just a fun battle system that's fast. But it's also the game where your protagonist is kind of at their worst, and they kind of suck. From here, let's talk about my boy Raido. I love me Raido Kuzunoha. And it pains me, but yeah, the first game is absolutely a C-tier game. The gameplay in this one is not good. Raido's slow, he's sluggish, his sword sucks, his bullets are terrible. Heavy bullets, fatal bullets, it doesn't matter, the gun's basically useless. He can't really dodge, he can only move around slowly, he's blocky, it's just... The gameplay in this game is just utter trash, I'm sorry, I love it to bits, but it's just trash. But this game has an amazing setting and atmosphere. Tokyo in the Taisho era is amazing to explore, it's brilliant to listen to, and there's just this so great cheesy noir detective thing that's going on here, as you just investigate a story that progressively gets bigger and bigger. It starts off by you looking for a missing girl who's been supposedly locked away and possessed by an evil spirit. Then there's this big old chase, then there's this big old conspiracy that you unravel through a rickshaw driver. A rickshaw driver is this big smoking gun that just propels the story forward in such a brilliant way. Everything in the game just lines up perfectly to build upon this mystery that just culminates in you, Raido, a detective's assistant, traveling through time, across time, to the space between dimensions and time, where you engage in combat against your ancestor from the year 20XX in an epic sword fight where he's possessing a girl and then proceeds to fight you 1v1 with a mech. You fight a warship, a World War II warship that turns into a super fighting mech, and you fight it with a sword and a gun. Oh yeah, and you send a cat into space to blow up a satellite too! For those of you who don't know, Taisho 20 is a fictional era, so it's basically 1920s Tokyo. Or like 1925 Tokyo, I believe. This game is wild. Raido 2 is also just really cool. Look at his design. Look at it. This guy is so damn cool. I love him. Whew. But yeah, the gameplay itself just sucks. Whew. Let's go on to another thing. Let's talk about... Nothing but bangers left. We haven't touched Digital Devil Saga. Now this is a game about cannibalism, and it's kinda goated. This game is really good. It has some of the best gameplay you're ever gonna see, some of the best difficulty you're ever gonna find. And it's just this really interesting slow burn mystery because the world you inhabit in this game does not make sense. There are no children. It is always raining. Why are you in tribes? How are people born? Why are they fighting? There are so many things in this game that are just unexplained, and you realize that the nature of reality in this game is just false. It's wrong. Also, the soundtrack is stellar. Big Battle, Hari-Hara. It's amazing. Let's now talk about another goated game. Actually, no, less goated game. This is SMT3 Nocturne Chronicle Edition, the one I played, because it had Raido in it, and I love me some good old Raido. This game can go middle of B. This game is B tier. Nocturne is a perfectly serviceable game. It goes directly in the middle of my SMT rankings. And I just realized Majin Tensei is way too high. Slow down there, partner. Slow down there. You get to be here. Yeah, this game. It created press turns. It has a great atmosphere. Story though is really limited, but like in a good way. Each bit of dialogue actually matters and kind of hits, as opposed to 5's, version of it. The world feels empty, and that's good, but also not good, because at times it can just feel bland. But Nocturne gives you this really good sense of loneliness and kind of just the idea that your strength will push you forward, that you can grow, and that you can adapt. Also, Raido's appearance in this game is amazing. I love the scene of him in his cloak. It's awesome. He's great. We need more Raido in games. Can we have more Raido Atlas? Please give us more Raido Atlas. Alrighty. Let's talk about Persona Q2. This game is better than Q1. It's better than Nocturne. But is it better than SMT4? And unfortunately, it's not. No, it kinda is. It is actually. The character in this one carries. Gameplay in this one is more fun than Soul Hacker, so it gets to move up into A rank. It's better than Mirage Sessions. It's not better than Deep Strange Journey. Persona Q2 is a really good experience. This game genuinely did make me cry. All because of its character, Hikari. I really like Hikari. I like her so much that she was the 3rd video on this channel. Hikari is the heart and soul of this game, and her development mirrored my own development in real life. My team in this game was Persona 3 protagonist, Persona 4 protagonist, Persona 5 protagonist, Persona 3 portable protagonist, and Persona 3 The Answer protagonist. But yeah, this game is really good. It has a great, surprisingly hard-hitting story about being shut in and closing yourself off from relationships. It hits whole, it hits close to home. And the boss theme in this game, Nothing is Promised, I would implore you to look at the lyrics, because the first time I sat down to listen to them, I started weeping. I listened and I heard it and it hurt my soul, because it was just like me for real for real. Whew, this game is heavy. It's very heavy. Whew, from there, let's talk about Digital Devil Saga 2. This game answers every single unanswered question from freaking Saga 1. And it's way more hardcore. You get to see a guy get impaled by like 3 fighter jets. But I think it's definitely inferior, because Digital Devil Saga 1 just has this unbeatable sense of mystery and intrigue that something darker is going on. For that purpose, I will put it below Persona 4. This game is good, it's very good, but it just can't match the atmosphere of the first game. Following that up, we have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner 2 Raido Kuzunoha the 14th versus King Abaddon. This is an S tier game. I love this game to bits. I have beaten this game twice. Combat was greatly reworked in this game. Raido is faster, he's quicker, he has a dodge roll. He can use different... The swords he uses kind of change up his battle style too, and there's just more things to do in this game. The case files you can get are nice, fun little side stories that really add to the atmosphere and add to the era of the, game. Combine that with Dawn, the antagonist, the eponymous King Abaddon, and you have a compelling villain who's understandable, who's human, who's flawed, and who's kind of weak, in like a good way. Dawn is someone weak who wants to get stronger because he wants to protect his sister, Akane. And also, Akane, I love her hairstyle. Either way, this game has a wonderful mystery like the previous one that just gets bigger and bigger, and culminates in this frankly trippy battle against a god named Shinado. And in this battle, it becomes less about the mystery of Dawn and why you're doing this, because this whole thing starts with you searching for Dawn. It becomes less about that and instead becomes about Raito understanding what kind of person he is, and how Raito takes his job as a devil summoner seriously. It makes us think about our protagonist and learn about him in a way that most other SMT games just don't. Raito isn't exactly a blank slate. He has personality, it's just a bit muted and muddled. Also, this game gave us Nagi, and I like Nagi. I like her a lot. I'm in the process of conjecturing that this line of reasoning is that I like Nagi. I would recommend playing this game, it's very good. And then we have the last one, Devil Survivor 2, Record Breaker. Hey, wait a minute, where's Overclocked? There it is. The Devil Survivor games. So let me just answer that real quick. These both are top tier, god tier games. I just like Devil Survivor 2 just a little bit more. Overclocked. Overclocked is a brutal story where you are locked in Tokyo in a lockdown, unable to escape as a demon invasion and infestation is ongoing. That is an amazing idea. That's an amazing plot. And it just revolves around you trying to find a way to survive and understand what's going on, as you gain cryptic clues and hints to the greater theme of everything. And there's just so many good characters in this, and there's just so many ways the story can pan out. Because recruitable characters can just die if you don't do things correctly. And this game's difficulty is stellar. Beelzebub. The first time you fight Beelzebub, oh my god, you are going to hate yourself. Because the way the game limits your level and the amount of skills you can get is perfect. It's perfect. There is so much about this game that was caringly and lovingly made. And then because this is the overclocked version, we get epilogues, playable epilogues to the endings of the original Devil Survivor, which is awesome, and just gives you way more bang for your buck. Play this game if you can. It plays kind of like a Fire Emblem game. It's really good, there's great characters. I know you'll love it. Devil Survivor 2 is probably a step down from Devil Survivor 1 in terms of its general story, but it's way more fun and I think the characters are stronger here. Specifically the characters of Daichi, Yamato Hotsuin, and Al Saiduk. Yamato Hotsuin, I thoroughly love. I love this man, he is amazing. He's your ally, but throughout the entire time you're with him, there's just this sense of unease that one day you're going to have to fight him. That he's not telling you everything. That I love it, and I love how he confides in the protagonist because of the protag's strength. This game makes you choose sides, and it works so well. But you can still unify them and make them understand, except when you can't. And since this is Record Breaker, there's a second game included in this. The Triangulum story, where Yamato is seemingly gone and replaced with Miyako Hotsuin, who Miyako is a wonderful character. I love Miyako. I also love her design. Okay, I love her design. These two, Miyako and Yamato, will most certainly get a video from me. These games are incredible. They're a wonderful duology and represent the best of the Megami Tensei franchise. So good in fact that I think I'll put them above... yeah, that's the ranking. But yeah, that's my tier list. I think, honestly, because I played a version of most of these games, I feel like I still qualify for the 70%, games completed, which, future Zamen, let me know, but this is my tier list. I am very proud of it. I love all of these games. I am glad I played this franchise, and I'm excited to play more of these games. I need to play Soul Hackers 2 at some point, and I need to finish Vengeance. So wish me luck and don't spoil me. Thank you for sticking around for this quite odd video. It's not my usual thing, but... well, I had another tier list video I was going to publish, one about Fire Emblem Fates, but, well, we can't do that. Audio is atrocious. Don't why. Anyway, I have been Zamen, and thank you very much for watching this video. And consider sticking around if you don't hate my voice. I'm trying to publish videos weekly right now. So stick around, you might find something you like. Because my sole goal here is to improve my writing, editing, and speaking as I go on.